Oh, welcome back, folks. Finally done it, finally headed up north. We're on Blyth Harbour at the minute. Had this session in the diary for a while. We've been watching the winds this week. The winds have been blowing all over the place, chopping and changing. It is very blustery. It's calmed down a bit. We came down here earlier. It's been gusting 60-70 mile an hour winds. So we've come down, we're set up. We're going to have a couple of hours over high water here. Nice easy mark to get us all set up, warmed up, and then later on we're going to head out to the coast, brave the conditions and head after the cod. Look at that, bang on time. So species for today is probably going to be whiting, dabs, flounders, small stuff, but fishing's fishing. Like I say, you're set up just behind the back of the van. That a bit bigger than yours?
I'm not sure.
Just like that. Double shot of whiting, off the mark. So, this is on a loop rig. You'll have seen me use before. That's very well hooked as well. Taken a big chunk of squid. And then on the bottom hook as well, on ragworm, another. Come on, open up, mate. So there we have it. Not a bad little start. How you doing?
Hey.
Double hook up, double whiting. In fact,
Small weight.
yeah. So yeah. Not a bad little start, not a bad start at all. Oh, I thought that was a good bite. We went, it were pigeons. So just like that, we're off the mark. Like I say, I think that is probably going to be the way that this session goes. But like I say, it's just the intention of today is just easy fishing. You're set up in the back of the van. Unfortunately, that does mean it's a pretty busy mark. There's no end of folk knocking about, coming and talking. Pulling back, taking drag.
I think this is the biggest thing I've ever had out here.
It's going to be the way things go today. Like I say, the intention of this session is just really easy fishing. There you go, got knocks. Good knock on that rod again. I'm here with Steve from Sparta Fishing, my local knowledge. So I think the plan for today, like I say, this one is. Oh, there's a bloody cormorant down there. I hope that's not what's pulling at my baits. So yeah, there's plenty of action already. There's plenty of birds in here as well. So there's cormorants. Seen seals further up the river as well. So there's obviously plenty of fish in here held up. Steve has warned me it's, you know, there's going to be no monsters. There's a slim chance of codling, but if we do get a codling on this session, it's going to be a small one. But so far we've been fishing for about 20 minutes. Steve's had a nice sized white in that last one, and as you've just seen, I've just had a double hook up as well. So going to be an action-packed little session. It's just coming up to 1 o'clock. High waters have just gone 3. Probably going to fish it maybe an hour after high water. We'll see what the pool's doing. Try and get plenty of fish on the bank, get warmed up, and then we're going to head off and get set up somewhere over low water tonight. The wind was earlier on gusting 60-70 mile an hour straight in my face as it is at the minute. It's already turned around, and by tonight it should go southwesterly. So hopefully we'll be able to get on a nice sheltered beach, but with some good surf running, getting some big cod. Whiting number 3. They're getting smaller. Hopefully not much longer. I can't get much smaller than that. Whiting 4 and 5. They are getting smaller though. What's that? Number 6. And we've been fishing what, 40 minutes? If that, it's literally a fish a cast, if not 2 or 3. So I might change tactics in a minute. I might stick one of these out on on one of the bigger wire traces or something like that, and see if there's the odd eel knocking about or something a bit tastier. Oh, whoa, I tell you what, that makes your car sit down, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? I don't think the suspension's ever been as low.
Well, as I said, I'm here with Steve from Sparta Fishing. So this is Steve's backyard.
Yeah, good to have you. Good to have you along, and well done for doing the journey.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. Like I say, Derby's
Middle of nowhere.
it's a weird place. Yeah, it's a weird place to have sea fishing as a hobby, but 2-3 hours can get you loads of different places. So I think I mentioned before on the channel, 2024, we're currently in that awkward bit between Christmas and New Year where I've had enough of eating and there's not much else to do. So yeah, we've organised to come up to Northumberland and fish with Steve. We're going to try and get in some cod.
Hopefully, aye. We've got a few marks planned, and
yeah,
loads of options. The wind sort of put us on the back foot a little bit today, so I thought I'd ease them in at a local mark where I learnt my fishing when I was about 6-7 years old.
Well, learnt you fishing? You were taking the mick out of me earlier for blanking. How many of you had? You still on that one?
Oh, I'm using 5-hour hooks. So I'm not using freshwater hooks, Alex, like you.
So yeah, nice easy session. Start off with, like I say, Blyth Harbour, and then we're going to go and hit low water tonight in the dark. There should be a good surf running. I
think we've got a pretty good idea where we're going, but you never know till you get there. We'll check out the surf and make sure it's fishable.
And I'm fishing with the Akios Furies. I've got a pair of rods out, as you've seen so far, but more likely than not, I'm going to drop down to one rod. Strip the box out in case we've got a good walk on us. See if we can get some big cod. Like I said earlier, at the start of winter, my ambition this year is to get a double-figure cod. Don't let him fob you off. He's promised me. He's give it the big un, saying he's going to get me into double-figure cod up to £20, you reckon?
You must have a big bag with you.
So yeah,
have to fill it with lead.
But yeah, that's so. Like I say, the target for this trip, focusing solely on cod. Obviously, we've had a bit of an easy session this one, just to break it in while this wind turns around, dies down. And I've showed you earlier on in the video just what the wind's been doing this last week, or what it's been forecast to do this last week. It's changed, well, every day, almost twice a day.
I mean,
yeah.
When you got here, it was just, well, not as only is it unfishable, but you've got to be sensible about it, haven't you? And
cormorant's just come up with a flatty in its mouth. Let's see if I can get that on my phone.
Bigger than anything I've caught.
Go on, son, get it down here.
Well, I don't think he's going to let it go by the look of it. He can't fit it in.
It's like me when I'm ordering takeaway. Always order more than I can eat.
He's having a good go, like, I'll give him that.
I've got, what, 24 hours, well, just over 24 hours, 36 hours up here. We're going to try and fish, well, we're fishing high water now, low water tonight. Try and get up early, fish low water tomorrow morning, and high water to afternoonish. So this tide tomorrow afternoon, and then that'll be it. Me back to Derbyshire, hopefully.
It'd be nice
Hopefully
to get
an
hour or so in the dark tomorrow.
Yeah.
Over high water, which is ideal, really.
Yeah.
Hopefully get you that cod, Alex.
That's the plan.
Everyone talks about double-figure cod when they come up here to fish with me. Yet I haven't had one myself.
That's because people from up this way keep telling me that there are double-figure cod up here.
£8 the biggest I've had this season. 8.2.
It's not what he's been saying in the chat. I almost brought the cool box with me as well. Could have filled the cool box with these. Let me just bring the camera over here. Look, I'll just show you if I can see where we are. The hook placement. These little octopus hooks, look, hooked perfectly in the lip. So that's one. Forget what we're up to now, but they are definitely getting slightly better stamp of whiting, and that is another nice little whiting. Like I say, if I'd have brought the cool box, there'd have been a dozen or so by now of these going home with me. And because you can get them back quick, they go back easy. So let me just talk you through. I mean, the rig is as simple as you can get. It's a 6 foot flapper rig, you can see that. Each hook has got about a 2 foot snood. I mean, you could chop this down, you could make it 4 foot with, you know, a foot on each snood. And then on the end of here, all I'm using, if you can see this, is just a small strip of squid. Just a small piece of squid. And if I just take this off, Steve saw this squid out, he gets it straight off the boat, and I tell you what, it's like 1/4 inch thick. It's good stuff. But all I'm doing is just using little octopus hooks. And the reason behind that is, hopefully you can see that in the camera, they've just got a slightly offset gape. So they're almost a circle hook with a slight offset gape. And all it means is, whereas a circle, it twists into the lip, with that being offset, it just catches. So it'll catch, that can go into a fish's mouth like that, and it'll just catch every single time. And they're razor sharp as well, they're really good. So that's the setup that I'm using, and I'm just going to put this squid back on because, like I say, I'm not interested in feeding whiting pounds worth of worms. So little pieces of squid, little squid strips. I have got some ragworm, but I'm not using it. And I'm just going to loop this back on here, get rid of that mangled little bit at the bottom, and this top hook. It's pretty much good to go. Just clean that lens off a little bit, there we go. So like I say, we're up here for 2 days, 36 hours or so. We're going to try and fish 4 tides, hopefully get 4 videos for you. There is going to be a slight change to the format in 2024. Well, not slight change to the format, I'm going to revert back to tide. So through November and December I've been using time off towards the end of the year to get out fishing, which has meant that I've been able to put 2 videos out a week. That, however, has not been earning me any brownie points at home, and it's definitely not sustainable, so it's cost a fortune. Oh, that rain's coming down strong now. Clean that lens off again. Oh dear. I need to spend more time with Sarah and Jack. So, like I say, I know I've taken the mick towards the end of 2023, using holidays up and disappearing for, you know, a couple of days at a time, get out fishing, and it has meant more videos, and you guys seem to have enjoyed it, so thanks again for your support. Never did I think when I set this up in the middle of 22 that I'd be sat here 18 months later or so with nearly 8,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate that. So for 2024 I am going to go back to putting 1 video out a week at 6 PM on a Sunday evening UK time, for those of you who watch abroad. I would like to do a lot more fishing like this. I think I've mentioned in a couple of videos, in 2024 I want to go species hunting. I want to do things like this, coming up north targeting cod, going down south targeting plaice, heading over to Anglesey targeting huss and conger, a taupe trip, things like that. I'd love to meet up with more YouTubers through 2024, get some local insights. That cormorant's just popped up with another dab. That one was a lot smaller, it actually swallowed that time. Me and Sarah have already started looking at the diary, so like I say, I'm up here chasing cod. I want to get over to Anglesey on congers, huss, possibly back down to the Bristol Channel for another cod session, maybe. We've already penciled in a week up Scotland, and there are still about 8 months of the year, I think, where we've got nothing planned. So the summary of all that waffle is 2024, I'm going to go back to 1 video a week on a Sunday evening, and hopefully get out to a lot more different places and mix things up a little bit. Might need a drop net for this one.
5 weight in this case.
Just up to me its tail. I give up, I can't remember what number we're on now. Made a mess of that though. There we go. So that'll count my leg. Another one. Tell you what, we'd have had a couple of fish cakes by now though. Swimming nuts that one has. Oh, I hope. It does look better. It's kicking as well. Must be 3 on this one. That's a nice white in that. These little octopus hooks, get them, they're not getting off. There you go, much better size of white in that. If I hold it at arm's length like that, look, it's about £3. Oh, there you go. That could be the best one of the day. It could also be the last one of the day, because I think we're going to get wrapped up, get off, get some food in us, get the gear sorted out, head off for the night session somewhere. Oh, well, that rain started really coming down then, so we wrapped up, called it quits. Cracking little session. Must have had probably 15 or so whiting. Funnily enough, no flounder, no dabs, although we saw them cormorants or shags or whichever they were, with plenty of flatties, which is strange. Yeah, so yeah, whiting fest, but good to get off the blank, fish under his belt in Northumberland. We're gonna go and take a bit of a drive, go and check out the beach, see what the conditions are like for tonight. I'll run that clips on now while I'm talking. I think we've already decided it's going to be too rough to fish the rock marks tonight, so we are going to head to a beach somewhere. Steve's going to hook us up with that, and yeah, that's it for this week's video. So I'll see you next week on a beach somewhere in Northumberland, hopefully with some tasty cod. So until then, thanks for watching, take care of yourselves and tight lines.